what's up you guys, and welcome to today's video, which I am really excited about because it's going to be a little bit of reminiscing on my freshman year of college. So as you can see by the title, it's going to be me telling you guys a lot of stories about things that happened, and I'm going to be doing that by going through this pile, which looks like a pile of trash, but it's actually just memories that I've kept throughout the year of just like little tickets or papers that spark these memories, and I'm going to share them with you guys. I might make this part 1/part 2 type thing because I have lots of things here and I have lots of fun stories to tell about them. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. Okay, so this is probably the most fun thing I have in this story is crazy. So as a college student at 19, there are certain things that I want that I can't have. Now, I have my school ID, I have my regular ID, and I might or might not have another ID. And this is a letter that might or might not have contained those IDs. So it was self-addressed to my dorm, and basically what happens is I went through the whole process of getting that ID, and it was supposed to come in like 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks happened, and then 4 weeks happened, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my ID is missing, it's not here. On week 5, this came in the mail, and it came like this, ripped in half. The hypothetical IDs were in a bag from UPS that says, "We're sorry, your mail has been damaged, we hope that you understand." So someone in UPS found this letter ripped in half, connected it to my hypothetical IDs, put them in a bag, and then continued shipping them to my dorm. So this is crazy. A traumatizing time of my life. This is a good one. This is my Theta Xi fraternity bid card. I think this was the first, I can't remember if I got 2 or 3, I don't know. I remember I went up to the room. Like, what happens is you're like mingling with all the people, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Yo, Devin, like someone wants to talk to you," and they take you to the stairs. Okay, so editing this, I don't think that I accurately set the scene for what was happening. Basically, you're like hanging out in this room, and then all of a sudden you're like, bam, about to be initiated into a cult, and it's like scary and confusing, but you're supposed to be excited because you're like about to join the brotherhood and everything, but okay, so I hope that makes more sense. He's like, yeah, let's go upstairs, like, let's talk for a second. And they take you upstairs, and then they, like, tell you about the fraternity, and they're like, so, like, the brothers really like you, like, seems like you're really fitting in, and we just want to know if you want to, like, join the fraternity. So they give you this, and then your options are, like, to say, yes, like, I want to join the fraternity, no, or, like, I'll, like, save it for later. And I didn't want to say no, I thought that'd be rude, so I just said, I'll save it for later, and this was my experience with fraternities. Okay, so next up we have this wristband, and this wristband is interesting because during the first week of every school year at UCLA, they have something called the Spring Fling, which is basically they hire an artist to come to a concert to like welcome the school year in, whatever, and my house forgot to get tickets. So we were all like, oh bummer, like we're not gonna get to see it. And I was walking into Westwood, which is a city by UCLA, and some guy was like, oh, I have like 10 of these extra tickets, does anyone want them? So I messaged my whole floor and I told them, oh, I got tickets to the thing, like you can go now. And I was so happy because I like hadn't made too many friends yet. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna make some friends. This is gonna go so well. And the concert ended up kind of being a bust, but it was really cool to, get the tickets for my friends and everything. This is the letter that my parents left with me when they kind of left me at college. They both wrote like little notes. I'll read a little bit of one. We're so proud of you and happy that you seem to have found the perfect school. Take advantage of all the awesome things UCLA and LA have to offer. We miss you very much. You will always be my sweet doodle bug. That's what they called me. And you've grown up to such a wonderful, smart, funny, handsome, keep going, big doodle bug. Love you, mommy. So that was very nice of my mom. Okay, this is a ticket to the Chance the Rapper concert that I went to. So it's kind of crazy how I got this ticket. During orientation, I was talking to one of my friends, and she's like, what kind of music do you like? And I'm like, Katy Perry, Sia, my classic answers. And then I said Chance the Rapper because at Beach Week, all my friends have been listening to Chance the Rapper, so I kind of started getting used to the songs, and I'm like, oh, he's cool, like that's probably a cool answer to say. And my friend, who's in a bunch of my videos, her name's Sam, she goes, oh my gosh, no way, I have an extra ticket to the Chance the Rapper concert, like, do you want to come? So I'm like, oh, sure, that sounds awesome. So we went to the concert, and at that concert, I actually met one of my other best friends from school. Her name's Danelle, and the funny story about that concert is, you gotta pre-game the concert a little bit. I don't know what pre-game means, interpret as you will, but we underestimated how much we should pre-game the concert. So on the Uber, we were talking to the Uber, and he was like, you guys are going to a concert like this, blah, blah. He was like teasing us or whatever. And so my friend was like, well then stop and help us out. So I'll go into more details maybe later, but basically this Uber driver felt bad for our current situation, and he stopped and he bought us more things to help with the pregame situation. So it's a lot of insinuating what happened, but it's a crazy story, and Good memories, good memories. This is my wristband from when I rode in Endymion at Mardi Gras. That was just one of the coolest experiences ever. I'll link that video too. My parents sent me a package for All Souls Day. It's a day that we kind of remember the family members that died. I think it's a Christian holiday. We remember my twin sisters that passed away when I was younger. So it's really fun. We always have pistachios and pomegranates and cream soda. So they sent me all that to my dorm and got to have a little celebration by myself. Here's the tickets for the Halloween Horror Night that I went to. I also made a video about this. It was so cool. I wanted to go for years, ever since I saw Megan from Strawberry 17 and Joey going, and just all the zones seem so cool. You guys see from my body paints, I'm like into the special effects makeup and just kind of creepy things. I don't know, I like connect to it. I think it's like the vibe is so cool. So it was amazing just seeing the worlds that were created there, and it was just super cool, and I can't wait to go again this year. I have this Rip Harambe, which I got from a tech fair. I thought it kind of represented the period. It was like end of 2016 really well, so I got this little metal plate. It was done with a laser, which is cool. I had this little ticket for Disneyland. I remember growing up how cool Disney World was, and the fact that I live so close to Disneyland just, it like makes me so happy every time like I think about it. So I kept that as my first time I ever bought a Disneyland ticket for myself to go with my friends, and we had a great day, and makes me really happy. This was a little flyer. It's called Take a Drag. It was UCLA's drag show, and if you guys, I've kind of mentioned it on my Twitter every once in a while, but RuPaul's Drag Race is like one of my favorite shows, and I thought it was so cool that UCLA students were putting on a drag show, so I went there, and I thought it was really cool. It was kind of, when I was bored at school during the first quarter, I binge watched every season of RuPaul's Drag Race, so this kind of just reminds me of that because it was a lot of fun, and I love the creativity and the artistry behind that. This, we can't show you the front, but this is my absentee election ballot for the presidential election. It is the first time I've ever been able to vote, so I was really excited. I definitely made sure to get it all done on time and everything, and I voted, and I'm proud of myself for doing my civic duty, and yeah. This is my ticket to the Sia concert I went to at the Hollywood Bowl, which was so cool. It was actually my second time at the Hollywood Bowl, but that venue is so amazing, and I just remember being like so happy. Her music really like connects to me on like an emotional level. One video I want to make in the future is like a performance to Elastic Heart, which it doesn't make sense until you do it, but I just feel some kind of way when I listen to Sia music. So it was a spiritual experience, and I'm so glad I got to go, and yeah. If you ever get the chance, you gotta go see Sia. This ticket represents my trip home that I took to surprise my siblings and my sister for her last ever softball game. It was kind of the first time I was able to do something like really adult by myself, like fly home and kind of take advantage of a situation. So I always want to remember that. It was such a good memory, and I have a video, so I'll link it up here. And my last two things I kept just because they make me smile. This is the package label that my mom sent me on Valentine's Day, and then this is a little fire emblem, and it represents when I was visiting my family for Christmas. My cousin was like, all right guys, come, like Devin, Marguerite, our siblings, Jeremy and Tiffany, come together, I have a surprise for you. And he bought us all Yu-Gi-Oh decks, which we used to play when we were younger, and mine was like the fire deck, which is why it's a fire symbol. And it was just like so nice of him because we weren't expecting anything, and it was just, Connor, you know who you are, he's in my Europe vlogs I made this year, but it was just so nice, and I was like, wow, you know? Just a wow moment. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I'm super excited. I have a bunch more friends set up to do more day in my lives at colleges, which is gonna be awesome. I'm heading back to UCLA soon, so I'll have lots of good content there, and I have some really exciting, funny ideas for the end of the year, along with some really cool collabs. So lots of great stuff coming. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram as well, and I love you guys. Don't let anyone ruin your fun today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want me to do this again, tell you more stories from my freshman year, I went through all my memory items, but I have tons more stories and I'd love to share them. So let me know down in the comments. But yeah, bye guys. Okay guys, so I just finished filming, but I found this, and this was my first ever Bruin card. And I think this is so funny because I purposely lost this card because I hated this picture so much. And I just found it at the bottom of my thing because like I didn't actually lose it, but yeah, I thought that was funny. This picture is just painful for me. Ugh. No more. No, that's really the end. Bye guys.